Hello, beautiful soul family. I hope you are having a beautiful day, afternoon, evening, whenever you are watching this. My name is Emily Marie. I'm a collective channel, an intuitive guide, and I am so excited to jump on here to jump into this new season of Pisces with you, to share the messages that are coming through right now that I'm being called to share with the collective. And again, this is around this new season of Pisces we're shifting into, but a lot of other things that are just going to want to come through. So I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to ground into my body, open up my heart, my channel to all of you, my soul family, to deliver you the messages of the highest good that are here to support us through whatever we're navigating right now. Specifically, we are moving through a pretty intense period of awakening where a lot of us are waking up to things that we just haven't been able to see before, which is very fitting for Pisces season, which is very fitting for the Aquarius energy we just shifted. We're still kind of in and shifting out of, which is very fitting for Mercury retrograde and this square of cosmos in the sky of Saturn and Uranus that happened, I believe yesterday it started. So we're still feeling this energy where this is the first, I want to say, 2 of 3 squares. So this is kind of first of 3 squares in this year of Saturn and Uranus. And so this is truly this kind of energy of setting up the stage of what we're kind of going to be growing and moving through and expanding through this year. Very fitting that this is happening in Mercury retrograde period as well, because there's going to be 2 other periods of retrograde and Mercury retrograde this year. And so with that being said, we're really going to be feeling and seeing these types of themes that we're working through right now. We're going to see those play out throughout the year. And this year too, being a universal 5-year, all about growth, all about expansion, all about embracing the changes to create the stability. So what that means is the things that are like unstable, the things that aren't working out for us, the things that are just unaligned need to go. This year we're going to, if we like it or not, going to be forced to see those changes, to move through those changes. It's really like eclipsey energy. I have a whole nother video on 2021 energy up on my YouTube if you want to check that out. But long story short, there is so much intensity moving on up above in the cosmos, as above, so below. So if you are feeling like all over the place, disconnected, if you're feeling confused, if you're like, who the fuck am I? If you're feeling like there's so many emotions coming up that you just want to remove yourself from them, disconnect. And then on top of that, there's so much real life, real world shit going on. With all of the power outages and all of the people, like literally this energy of survival is coming up to the surface. And how do we find stability as we're in the midst of this survival energy? It's like, how do we find the expansion while we're still feeling really limited? Which again is this square, this energy of Saturn and Uranus meeting up. Saturn being the planet of limits, of responsibilities in this lifetime. Uranus being how you stand out, the liberation of your consciousness. So right now, we are in the midst of literally, there's so many different things that we can relate this to, but individually, collectively, and individually, we are moving through this shift, literal elevation of consciousness, stepping into this reality that we're ready for, stepping into this like space of our life that we've been really manifesting, that we've been really focusing on, that we've been planting these seeds for a while, and we're ready and we can taste it and it's almost here. But we have this energy of, so that's the energy of Uranus, and then we have this energy of Saturn, which is like the actual real reality, the present moment, and all of these things happening in our experience that are coming up for us to kind of like pause, to reevaluate, to reassess Mercury retrograde energy. Hello, that's why it's even more intense. But to reassess how we move about things, how we go about things. I didn't even take a deep breath to like open up and share, but I guess I didn't need it. So I'm gonna take a minute right now. Because that was already a lot transmission to receive. So take a deep breath to open yourself up, to ground into your body, to receive that a little more, especially if it resonated, to receive this activation that probably you're feeling right now, these things shifting within you. This what I'm doing here and what's coming through is like, I'm really supporting your holding space for your unconscious to come to light. And it's a really beautiful, painful, uncomfy, magic experience. And so Pisces season, this is really what we're going to be feeling as well. These unconscious thoughts, these unconscious ways that we've been operating in, and they're going to kind of come up, this new awareness, like, oh, I've been operating in this way. So for example, for me, what's real, like in my human experience, what's coming up is this thought of control, and I'm stepping into a new role, a new job as a reader, as a healer over at Starlight Intuitive. And I'm really having to learn how to step back. And Starlight is run by Shelby and Gabby and so many other beautiful souls. And I'm so used to running my own business. And so it's this really beautiful space of like, okay, I get to still step in and share my medicine and be that teacher, but I'm still that student. And I've had to really play around with this idea of control and letting go and releasing control. And that's really uncomfortable, and realizing how much like I want to have my hands in things, and I want to make sure they go the right way. And gripping to this control has led me down to this new other unconscious awareness of the sphere of success. And my beautiful mentor Chantel was able to mirror this to me as well, this unconscious piece of me. But this shadow that's always there, that's come up, that's coming up right now loud and clear, to be held and nurtured, to not be judged. You know, I'm not judging myself that all of this is coming up, but to connect the dots here, having all of this control and wanting to control things and having this grip, and, you know, not allowing the divine timing of universe and that trust and support of God, source, the universe, however you resonate, instead of allowing that in, I'm choosing to control and grip, because I'm actually fearful of this next space that I'm stepping into. And it's not fearful of failure, it's more fearful of success. And so all of these stories of success are coming up for me, and I just share all that because those are kind of what's real in my human experience and what's coming up for me to be seen unconsciously, and for me to start to kind of open my eyes to and move through, and again, not to judge myself, but to open my heart to more compassion, to more this sensitivity with myself, you know, and to not, this word of judge, just to not judge myself, that it's okay that this is coming up. Even though I've seen this before, I feel like I've worked on this before, I'm still here learning, I'm still growing, and instead of getting wrapped up in these stories of, well, how could you not realize this, you're not good enough, all of these things, holding this safe space for myself, as I realize, again, all of these unconscious feelings and emotions coming to the surface, because a lot of this too stems from childhood, from those spaces where we were just open to being conditioned. And so really being in this space now of rewriting what success even means to me right here in this moment, because as I was growing up, as I was moving through things in my previous years, I guess you could say, success was so different, right? But right now, success for me, again, I'm rewriting, I'm in the middle of it, but I bring all of this up to come back to the point that whatever is coming up in your experience that you're feeling triggered by, that you're feeling is really just tolling, kind of tolling you emotionally. I don't even know if that's a word, but you're really feeling exhausted. You're really feeling just like low energy. Allow yourself to rest. Allow yourself to create space to process these emotions. Maybe it's taking time off Instagram, taking space. I know I've needed to definitely relax and get off these spaces for the past few days here to allow my own process to go through. And we have a Virgo full moon at the end of this month. Virgo is all about integration. So really all of these things are coming to the surface for us to hold space for, not to just brush under the rug, so that when we come up in this energy again, especially Mercury retrograde in this Saturn-Uranus conjunction space, I should say square off space, because we're gonna feel this theme throughout the year. We're more grounded in our bodies. We're more grounded in the lessons. We're more grounded in the wisdom that we hold to move through these intense spaces of growth, these intense spaces of expansion. And with all of this being said, y'all, we're still in winter. We're 1 month away from spring. Springtime is when things awaken, when things bloom, when things rebirth. And so we're almost there. We're almost that full on like feeling of like life and rebirth again. So give yourself space and grace and time. This is like that contraction before you give birth and the baby is here. I've never had a baby, but that is just the metaphor, I guess, that I just am delivered to share. Like, it's that contraction before the full-on birth. So give yourself space. This is a potent time to listen to yourself, to listen to your intuition, to ground into your body. How do we allow ourselves to trust ourselves? We can't just keep talking in our head, right? The mind is beautiful. It's the masculine energy, but to really allow that masculine, and I see the masculine as God, as universe, as source. So those messages that you receive, how can you allow that yourself to trust that feminine energy, bringing those messages into your heart space and grounding into your body? I believe the feminine is the heart space. And so how do we find divine union and allow ourselves to trust our intuition? Again, we take all of those thoughts, maybe we have to throw some of them up on a piece of paper first to get a little clearer around what truly is coming through for us. And again, allowing those messages to sit in our body, come through our heart, and then we're allowing ourselves to express. Allow yourself to express what's real for you this month, especially in Pisces season. Allowing yourself to find a safe and supportive space to speak your truth, to share your vulnerable emotions, whatever you might be moving through. It's going to be key to find that community, and that's super aligned again with this Aquarian energy we're in, with this 5 energy we're in this year. So really trusting that those safe spaces are there for you, not having to go out and find them. And yes, we have to take action and put ourselves out there to find them, but trusting those communities are out there. So that's the message that wanted to come through like that right now. But with all of this being said, bringing it all together and wrapping everything up there, because there are so many messages coming through. For Pisces season, it's going to be key to, again, ground into your body, so we're not stuck in our head just receiving all of these messages and stuck in our emotions. But when we move our body, when we ground into our body, we allow those emotions to move, we allow those thoughts to move, we allow ourselves to get clearer on what isn't ours. Pisces season is that, again, collective unconscious. We're again in this Aquarian energy still, which is about the collective consciousness. And so we're going to be receiving energy, communications that might not necessarily be ours. So it's going to be really important to create those boundaries this season, this month, around your energy, around the people you're hanging out with, around the spaces you're in. Maybe again, taking that social media break, whatever you need to do to protect yourself, protect your energy. Pisces season is all about kind of psychic awareness, so it's going to be important to cut cords. Elisa and I are hosting a workshop tomorrow, and we're going to go through some cord cutting, but it's just going to be important to cut some cords. I guess that's why that wanted to come up. But cutting cords this season, grounding into your body, having those hard conversations, but being able to hold safe space for yourself and communicate. How we communicate, especially in relationships when we're going through conflict, we need to communicate. We can't just hold it in and think our partner, our friend, whoever that other person is on the other end is just going to be able to guess what we're thinking. No. It's about speaking our truth. It's going to be really easy to stay stuck in the unconscious. And how do we move out of that unconscious state, move our body, speak our truth, express ourselves? Maybe it's expressing yourself through creativity, painting, allowing yourself to, again, just move this energy of it's kind of just heavy emotions, allowing yourself to move that energy how it feels good for you. So I'm going to take one more deep breath and see if there's anything else that wants to come through, but this will be my message here, and just hopefully this supports you and you're resonating, and just knowing that you really aren't crazy. Things are not wrong. You are just moving through a process, a transformation right now. It's a little more intense. It's just temporary. Think of it as a portal of growth. You're literally stepping in to this space you've always wanted to be, and it's a little scary because it's new, because it's uncharted waters. And we get to be scared and we get to be excited. You get to be both at the same time. I guess that's one last message. We're in this portal of multidimensionality. Allow yourself to embrace the changes. Allow yourself to feel all of the things. You get to feel all of the things. You get to be all of the things. You get to choose. You get to decide. Nobody else. This is a time to really anchor into you, into your truth, into your heart space, into your expression, and again, owning your multidimensionality and really emotionally owning that multidimensionality. You get to be scared, angry, frustrated, sad. You get to be resentful. You get to be full of rage, and you can still be grounded in your body, and you can still be patient, and you can still be present, and you can still feel compassion for yourself as you're moving through those things. So really holding yourself in this safe space this season. It's going to be a lot of, I'm feeling, shadow work, again, that unconscious energy, but knowing how safe you are, knowing how supported you are, finding those soul family members that get you, that you can just be yourself with. No more hiding, no more time to hide. If you're feeling you're desiring extra support, I am now doing readings over at Starlight Intuitive. The link to book is in my bio. I'm there all day Tuesdays and Thursdays. I have a number of readings in the menu over there that you can search through, that you can find if you're, again, desiring extra support in this season. But I'm here to hold that safe space for you. I'm here to deliver messages of support that are going to, again, support you as you navigate through your experience, through your present moments. So if this was helpful, again, and you want to go a little deeper, go book over in my bio. If you just are thinking that your soul family, that this is supportive and that's going to activate others, like, share, save, however you feel called. So grateful to be here, to open my heart to you in this way. And yeah, that's it for now. Comment below, send me a DM. I'm here to have conversations, and have a beautiful day, soul family.